Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Monday, December 5th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you are somebody that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. First off, a couple clarification points. Number one, the price you see there will be moving around and changing. And then the candlestick you see right there will also be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. And then second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here, as they're called, represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one here, NIO, and this will mean a bit more to those of you that have watched past videos, but if you haven't, I've been talking about this red line here at $13.20 as the key level of resistance, and you can see that earlier on in the day, once again, this level behaved as resistance. So it means that there's just going to be that many more eyeballs watching it. And when a lot of eyeballs are watching the same levels and wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very nice movements. Now, there are no guarantees, but my point here, is it valid? Is it rational to think that if the price can come up to $13.20 and get that break up through it, that break in of itself could create additional buying pressure? That is certainly a valid thought process. So definitely keep an eye on $13.20 as that main area of resistance. And then as far as supports are concerned, nothing new here. Still have this. Actually, I'm going to make a little adjustment now that we have more data. Going to bring that level down here a bit more and call that level right there at the $12 mark. So $12 will be that main pullback point, which you can see now with the more data, including this morning, has held a support a couple of times. But yeah, at least in my opinion, the most interesting dynamic moving forward into Monday is all about $13.20, and can the price break it? Let's see what happens. Next, AVXL, quite the eventful day today. And now there's a pretty big downtrend in play. Not a big downtrend, just a trend line, I should say. So it's not like the entire chart's, destroyed or ruined or anything like that. So poor choice of words, but just a well-defined downtrending trend line right there. And I bring that up because it goes back to the same talking point we just had about when a lot of eyeballs are watching the same level. And my guess is a lot of people have drawn that trend line. So that's not some sort of great discovery on my part, not some sort of special skill. A lot of people have drawn that trend line, meaning a lot of people will be watching it, which brings us back to that whole idea of self-fulfilling prophecy. So guaranteed, no, but is it valid to think that if the price can get up to that trend line and get a push up through there, that break could create additional buying pressure? Absolutely. So you want to keep a close eye on that. In the event the price does push up through that trend line, next key overarching level of resistance would then be up there around that $13 mark. But one step at a time, one hurdle at a time. First, you got to see if the price can break above that trend line there. So keep an eye on that from the breakout standpoint. If you're more of a pullback player, then an interesting potential pullback point right down here around the 1085 mark. So keep an eye on that. But overall, if I just turn this into a pattern, so we have, again, our resistance, we have our support, we have the nice upwards move here. Then let me put the golf hole down there to make it a little bit more visual. This would be a bull pennant pattern. So if you like to play bull pennants, here you go. Next one, COSM, and overall had a nice little move today. Try to recover back upwards. I realize that right now as I talk, there has been a bigger pullback here. But all things considered, when you factor in that the price was down there, still quite a bit of ways up above where it was. So it's starting to, seemingly turn things around. And this is why, and this will mean a bit more to those of you that watched yesterday's video, why I didn't want to just say that the entire chart was ruined, because the price was still above that pink line there, the 200 period moving average going into today. And I know that, on Thursday, it probably felt like the end of the world, but you got some upwards, bounce here. Still more work to be done. So I'm not saying that the chart is totally fixed. I'm just saying, because the price was still above that 200 period moving average, you never had, a full blown reason to freak out or anything like that. So good to see that not only is that 200 period moving average continuing to hold and not even get tested, but now the price has actually bounced back up a bit more. And then the next key level now that's been revealed, not shocking as an area of resistance, is going to be that 50 period moving average. You can see it acted as resistance back there. And then once again today on the big bounce up, that's right where it found some resistance. That current value is at 58 cents. So 58 cents, very important level of resistance. And then as far as supports, 32 cents, very key level of support. So it'll be interesting to see if the price can continue to try to turn things around on Monday. Next one, XPEV, did this one a few days ago, and some good and some bad. The good was the price got a big breakout move, and the bad, and I use this term very loosely because it's not that bad, more so maybe annoying, but the price did get a break up above that trend line right there, which was great, and then at that point, you would want to see it act as support, and for a while it did. The price pulled back. I mean, look at this, the power of charts. Bounced beautifully off that previous breakout point, started to head back up, but then fell backwards and came back down below that red line. Again, is that like terrible, end of the world? No, but it's just bad in the sense of more so frustrating than anything else. But overall, still a very, very healthy looking chart. And I'm going to go ahead and adjust this area of support upwards. And I should note, always a good sign when levels of support need to be adjusted higher, with the new key level of support being that breakout point right there at $10. and 85 cents. So keep an eye on 1085 from the pullback area. In terms of areas of resistance, definitely seems to be quite a bit of a group of them up around that 1245 mark. So keep an eye on that. And then if you like to play more so patterns, yes, there is this downwards channel that has formed, but you have to ask yourself, well, what was going on before the downwards channel? And you had this big move up, which just allowed me to draw a bull flag pattern. So depending on how you want to look at it, a couple different bullish angles, but you know it's a good day when you can look at things from multiple bullish angles. So overall, let's see if this uptrend continues on Friday, or excuse me, into Monday. Next one here, AMC, and overall, good to see that this thing held strong. This will mean a bit more to those of you that watched yesterday's video, but if you did, I talked about that green line being a level of support, and you can see this morning there was the pullback, found some, buying right around that area before finally, getting a bounce back upwards. So it's not like it totally bounced and went up here and did battle with that area of resistance again, but point here being is it held strong at that area, which is a good sign, and has now just allowed for this bigger picture pattern to continue to take shape. The bigger picture pattern being a nice little bull flag that has occurred here. The one difference being instead of a downwards channel, there's now just a sideways channel. So a slightly, more powerful pattern than having this thing be downtrending. But overall, like I said, the big test in my mind at least was okay. That level was getting tested, the green line support. Are the buyers going to show back up, or have they disappeared? But they did show back up. And not only did they show up to not allow the price to sink down further, they actually showed up enough to create a little miniature bounce right here. So now it's just a question of, can this bounce carry up into that resistance going into next week? We'll have to see how it all plays out. Real quickly, wanted to pause and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online class that I'm offering next week. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool of charts, how they can and should be used to build consistency as a trader, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box. If you're watching at my site, there's an area right there on the webpage you can click to get signed up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying what you've seen, then definitely get signed up for the free training. Next one, MULN, and not a great day today. I'm not going to say that everything's totally destroyed, but it's looking pretty shaky because with the price now back down in this range, when you correspond that to where it was, it's essentially right back to where it was. Now, I understand the argument, and you're not wrong at all, which is why I'm not going to say it's totally destroyed, because you can say, well, Clay, no, if it was down here, then that would officially be where the move started. That move right there. And you're right. So like I said, it's starting to drift back down to where it all began, which is not a good sign from a bullish standpoint, right? Movements with genuine power are going to progress forward, not go back to where they started. So point here being is it right back to where it started down around 18.5 cents? It's not, but it is definitely drifting in that in that direction, which is not what you want to see. But first key update here is just foundational rule and levels of support are broken. They tend to act as resistance. So if the price does continue to stabilize and then head back up, that's where the first question mark will reside. Can the price get back up above 21 cents? And then, yes, you still have this area. Now, in fact, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that level now. I don't want to have too much clutter. Let's just first see if the price can even get back above 21 cents. In terms of next levels of support, and definitely what I would call a must-hold level is down here at 19 cents. Because if the price drops below 19, then basically, officially at that point, you're right back to where this move started, which would be confirmation that this move here was just a quick little kind of pump and dump almost. Next one, SHPH, great pattern here. And as I've said already, I'm not trying to impress you. This is not a great discovery. I assure you a lot of people have noticed this pattern here, but the pattern being like so. So let me change that to green to represent more so a bullish area of the pattern, and then to make this all the same color. Now I'm going through this quicker because you get the point of self-fulfilling prophecies and how when a lot of people are watching the same thing. So we have a resistance, have a support, we have the nice movement up. We have our golf hole down here. So we have ourselves another bull pennant pattern. So just because something's bullish does not mean for sure the price will go up. But is it reasonable that if the price heads back up and gets a breakup through there that more people are buying just because, hey, I'm a breakout player. Oh, look, hey, that thing's breaking out. Then yeah, that is a reasonable conclusion to reach. But we'll see what happens with it. But yeah, if you like to play bull pennants, like to play stocks down below $5, here you go. Next one here, TOPS, and overall the trend continues. Now there's a little bit of trickiness to talk about from a presentation standpoint because I understand if you bought on the gap up this morning, you bought right there, your plan was to buy and sell within 10 minutes. And yeah, the chart looks pretty bad from that angle because the price has pulled back. But from the big picture point of view, think about it. Lows right there from today, lows right there previous day, lows right there previous day, lows down there previous day. If you envision each of those as stair steps, what do you have? Again, emphasis on big picture. Well, from the big picture, you still have stair-steps progressing in the upwards direction. And that's the name of the game. That's what a truly strong move is going to do, is it's going to make progress. So yes, I understand that if you're a day trader and you were buying up there, then yeah, you don't really care about these stair-steps. So that's why I'm trying to separate the two between a bigger picture point of view and then just some sort of day trading standpoint. So overall, even with the pullback today, the chart is still, in the bull's favor in terms of levels of resistance. Definitely seems as though there's a key level right up there around that 580 mark. So with any sort of attempted turnaround, 580 will be the next key battleground. But overall, the big picture trend continues. Next one, RMED, and overall big movement. And why I like to do these when the market's still open, because check it out, as I talk, this thing has now broken to new highs and it's continuing to push to new highs as I speak, which brings up a good, interesting situation. And that's what a watch list is all about, finding unique, finding interesting situations and not randomly rushing out and buying anything, but watching it. And right here, what's the unique, what's the, interesting situation? Well, the fact that this thing is breaking out very nicely, it's got increasing volume. So going into Monday, it's reasonable to assume that, this could still have some very, very nice movement. Now, as far as current levels are concerned, you can't really play that breakout right there because it's already happened. But in terms of next potential battlegrounds, next key overarching level to keep an eye on right up there at $5.50. And just in case this gets extra crazy, might as well map out one more area of resistance, with the next key level of resistance after that being at, that makes it easy, $6. So $5.50 and $6, next two key areas of resistance. For those of you that like to play the pullbacks, interesting pullback area right down there around the $4.20 mark. So keep an eye on that. But yeah, no doubt about it. Great movement today, great volume. You're getting the golden cross right there. So let's see if this all translates into more bullishness on Monday. Next one here, TSLA Tesla. And wow, this will mean a bit more to those that watch past videos, but check it out. As I speak, look where the price is at, doing battle with that trend line, which once again rejected it earlier today. Now, the market is still open for a while. So the question that you'll have to ask yourself when, when this video goes live is, what actually happened with Tesla? You're going to be saying, well, this either got rejected or it got broken out. Both are very interesting. Both are workable from a trade plan perspective. If it did break out, well, then now you're going to have that much potential momentum to keep an eye on for Monday. If it did get rejected and pulled back, well, now you're going to have an area, let me adjust that, down around this 190-150, that could present a nice little pullback point, because at this moment, this 190-150 has acted as support a whole lot of times. So that's going to be the way to the best look at it, is what happened with this movement right here. Did you get the breakout or did it pull back? And then you can start to develop some trade plans from there. But yeah, as I speak, doing battle, it's actually a slight break above that level, but going to need to see more of that right there. But all in all, a very nice movement, and one that is certainly something to keep an eye on, which goes back to, like I already talked about, the philosophy of a watch list, to find those unique, to find interesting situations, and then watch them. So let's see how the price behaves with this trend line. And who knows, maybe you're watching this and the thing's all the way up here, which would just imply that, okay, there's going to be that much potential momentum with it. So definitely keep an eye on it, and let's see how it goes for Monday. So that wraps up the top 10 list. Again, like I said earlier, if you enjoyed what you saw here, then I definitely want you to get signed up for the free training. It'll be next week, Thursday, December 8th. At 7 p.m. Eastern time, so I hope to see you there. Again, get signed up. If you enjoy these live trade, or the top 10 videos, I do offer live trade videos too, as a side note, if you want to look at those ones. But if you enjoy these top 10 videos, do two things for me. Hit that like button, leave a simple comment down below. Those things help out with the YouTube algorithm and just help out the channel as a whole, so I thank you in advance. But definitely get signed up for that free training. Everybody take care, have a good one, and enjoy your weekend.